Buildings and houses have undergone evolutional changes over the years, from muds and huts to new infrastructural skyscrapers. And while it's easy to assume all apartments are the same in providing comfort, some are bigger than others, with some insane apartments that have a lot more than a couple of rooms and a community pool. From the $450 million Whittenhurst mansion in London to the popular $2 billion Antilia building in Mumbai, here are the 5 biggest real estate deals ever, brought to you by Millionaire Perspective. And just before we begin on this sightseeing tour, don't forget to hit the red button below this video to subscribe, and the bell button to get notified of our new videos every single day. Ready to explore? Let's get it rolling. One of the record-breaking real estate deals in August 2008 was made by the Paramount Group and Allianz Life Insurance in a 46-story building deal worth $1.46 billion at 1301 Avenue of the Americas. At the time, it was called the Crédit Lyonnais building, named after the French bank, its primary tenant. Back in February of the same year, Callion, which acquired Crédit Lyonnais in 2003, changed the name to Crédit Agricole, and since then, the building has also been referred to as the Callion building or the Crédit Agricole building. Before the acquisition, it was the headquarters of PricewaterhouseCoopers, before the accounting and consulting firm moved to its current home at 300 Madison Avenue in 2004. In December 2000, Rockefeller Center, the building complex that's home to Radio City Music Hall, the GE building, the Bank of America building, and several other high-profile properties, was sold by Goldman Sachs and Tishman Speyer to Lester Crown for $1.85 billion. As the oldest site on the list, Rockefeller Center was built between 1930 and 1939 by John D. Rockefeller Jr., scion of the wealthiest man in American history. A popular tourist destination, it's now a National Historic Landmark. Goldman Sachs Group bought the complex in 1996 for $900 million. Encompassing 22 acres, including its famed ice skating rink, the complex takes up the second largest land area in New York City after Stuyvesant Town. Antilia, the Ambani's residence, is one of the most sought-after houses in the coastal city of Mumbai, owned by a globally renowned business tycoon Mukesh Ambani, who enjoys the distinct stature of being India's richest man. The mansion, worth $2 billion, is one of the most expensive residential properties in the world, considering Buckingham Palace is worth around $5 billion US. However, Buckingham Palace is considered a crown property, whereas Antilia is a private residence and the most expensive private residential property. The Antilia is so huge and grand that it is visible throughout Mumbai. The gargantuan skyscraper is also a major attraction for its odd and uneven shape. The 27-story building reaches 568 feet, with over 400,000 square feet of interior space against the Mumbai skyline. Boasting several rooftops and helipads, the structure was designed by American-based architects on 48,000 square feet of land in downtown South Mumbai. The building construction took 4 years to complete. Moreover, there are several large lounge rooms, bedrooms, and bathrooms, each adorned with dangling chandeliers. It also has a magnificent ballroom that is 80% crystal chandeliers that opens out to a large bar, green rooms, powder rooms, and an entourage room for security guards and guests to relax. Antilia consists of 27 floors, out of which 6 are reserved for parking that can accommodate up to 168 cars. The house also boasts of a helipad with an air traffic control facility, multiple swimming pools, a small theater and a health and yoga studio, an ice room with man-made snow, and a conference/unwind room on the topmost floor with a panoramic view of the Arabian Sea. Worth $5 billion, the Buckingham Palace was bought by George III in 1761 for his wife, Queen Charlotte, to use as a comfortable family home, close to St. James Palace, where many court functions were held. Buckingham House became known as the Queen's House, and 14 of George III's 15 children were born there. In 1820, after the accession of George IV, he decided to reconstruct the house into a pied-à-terre, using it for the same purpose as his father, George III. And over the years it has served as the official London residence of the UK's sovereigns since 1837, and today is the administrative headquarters of the monarch. Although in use for the many official events and receptions held by the Queen, The staterooms at Buckingham Palace are open to visitors every summer. Buckingham Palace has 775 rooms. These include 19 staterooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, 188 staff bedrooms, 92 offices, and 78 bathrooms. In measurements, the building is 108 meters long across the front, 120 meters deep, including the central quadrangle, and 24 meters high. Today, Buckingham Palace is very much a working building and the centerpiece of the UK's constitutional monarchy, serving as the venue for many royal events and ceremonies, from entertaining foreign heads of state to celebrating achievement at investitures and receptions. More than 50,000 people visit the palace each year as guests to state banquets, lunches, dinners, receptions, and garden parties. Her Majesty also holds weekly audiences with the Prime Minister and receives newly appointed foreign ambassadors at Buckingham Palace. Stuyvesant Town, worth $5.3 billion, made the top of the list as the most expensive real estate deal ever. Originally developed by MetLife in the 1940s, Stuyvesant Town was a rent-stabilized housing complex for middle-class New Yorkers for decades. In 2007, the Lower East Side complex of 110 14-story buildings became the subject of the largest real estate transaction in the U.S. The buildings made history when a syndicate of investors, headed by Tishman Speyer and J.V. BlackRock Realty, bought the complex for $5.3 billion, with the intention of turning Stuytown into an upscale, mid to high rent development. A floundering economy and the burst real estate bubble in 2008 dealt a crushing blow to Tishman's venture. In January of this year, the owners, loaded with debt, eventually turned the property over to creditors. Taking a view from the residential side, several private homes have been sold for nearly $100 million and more, but that's hardly enough to make our list. John Malone, the cable magnate, paid $83 million for the Bell Ranch in New Mexico, covering 453 square miles. Many large properties are valued more than this, but they were cobbled together in a series of small purchases over several years, as bigger real estate deals like Google earned the distinction by purchasing the Mountain View, California building worth $1 billion, serving as the largest real estate deal in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2018. And while this magnificent building provides the comfort and luxuries for the owners, is it really worth the extravagance? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoy this video, give it a like and share with your friends.